Part 2, that was my timer going off. I can't make comments on why I have a timer and timers going. Anyways, just to close, I'll make this a 2-minute closing. I cannot get my hands on any good European products like Marsala wine, red wine, white wine, just can't do it. So when you can't cook with wine, you can't cook it. European food. I can't get any stout beer, any apple cider to do my world famous things I've done. I can't quite recall right now because I'm really irritated with the timers and what's happening here are a little bit intense with the sound machine always blasting in your ear. But you could, okay? If you could get your hands on Marsala, it is very easy to make a quick Wednesday night chicken Marsala. It is one of the easiest things to do. I'll just go ahead and chat about it. The basic idea of Marsala is not hard, okay? If you want to impress your date and you're a woman or a man, anyone can pull this off. You get a good piece of veal chicken. This is what I would cook. Don't try doing other food with that, okay? Don't do tofu Marsala. Don't do fish, just don't do it chicken or a veal like the Italians have done for 1,000 years. Please don't reinvent the wheel. So all you do is you bread your fish, I said fish. You bread your chicken, you bread your veal masala, light bread with flour. God, I'm confusing people. You gotta bear with me if you knew how it was to be here. You dredge it in flour lightly, just light, regular flour. You cook it up with butter, make a little butter oil combo. You cook that up. And I'm not going to do the full tutorial and explain it. But why it's so easy is all you do in the end, okay, is you take your butter, a dab of butter, you take your splash, it's a little dunk, 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 you hear it come out of the bottle, dunk, dunk, dunk. You do about that much of pour, a 3 pour. And you got yourself a little bit of Marsala and butter going in your pan, the same pan that you cooked your veal, okay? And you got your cute date that's there, looking all cute at the table you're set. You really want to impress your date. You guys get along really well. And you want to act like you know what you're doing. So this is a really good one to figure out how to do it because it's not hard. It does not take a genius. It does not take an expert cook to make veal or chicken Marsala. You have your expensive mushrooms. Buy expensive for the date. Don't go cheap. Buy some nice gourmet mushrooms, okay? Dice them up. Not dice, a slice. I'll put this up another time. We'll talk about it later, the ins and outs, the details. Okay. So then you have your little bowl of mushrooms, and at that point, you're going to saute those up. It's before you make your sauce, okay? So I'm doing this all confused because we're just chatting about Marsala. So at the end here, you have your sauteed mushrooms and your nice little veal that it's looking good. It's been cooked in butter, and it's lightly floured, and you're so proud of yourself, and your date thinks you're the best thing ever. And you're making a home run. Not sex. I'm just saying you're really impressing this person that you really get along with. This is normal people, okay? They don't pull their junk out 10 minutes once they walk in the house and that's a date. This is normal people that actually want to have a conversation, have a nice dinner. They do exist on the planet, and that is honestly how you're supposed to function. You're not supposed to pull your privates out 10 minutes after they walk in your house. All right, so then what you do, you have your butter going in the same saucepan. It's really easy. They've been doing this in Italy for 1,000 years. On Wednesday night, where all the kids screaming dad in there watching the kids, mom's cooking. Maybe dad's cooking, right? Because it's a pretty simple one to make. It doesn't take a lot of focus. You don't have to be all quiet and concentrate. You get the TV going. The kids, the cats, the dogs, everybody's happy they're at home, okay? It's just Wednesday night supper. And You throw your masala and your butter in there. You get the butter cooked first, then your masala, and it goes, it hits the pan, it sizzles, the butter's going, and that's at the point, I think you add your veal in there. Once the butter and the sauce have met, and the sugar and the wine hits that butter, it starts to thicken. Then you throw those veals back in with the flour, okay? And the flour will make it thick even more. I'll explain this another time. I know this makes no sense, but we're just chatting about it. So by the time you're done with the veal all in the pan, everything's been cooking for about 5 minutes, it's bubbly. You got this thick, nice masala sauce like you get served at a restaurant. That's exactly how they do it. And it's how they do it in Italy. It's really easy to make. Unfortunately, the Western Hemisphere, I can't talk about it, but they don't even do that anymore. Everybody's buying it pre-made. I can't talk about the Western Hemisphere. They yell at their kids, go make a smoothie. They yell at their kids in Italian, go make a smoothie. Everybody's eating smoothies. The woman is yelling in Italian, you're sexist, go make a smoothie. I can't make comments about the Western Hemisphere. But back when it was a nice part of the world, back when they had actual culinary geniuses coming out of Italy and France, back a long time ago, in another day and time, they would do this on Wednesday night. And so they had the marsala. There you go, and it's in the flour with the veal is bubbling. The flour has hit, all the butter has hit, all the masala, and it's getting thick and thick and thick. And it only takes like 10 minutes. And in 10 minutes, you have this beautiful, like, thick sauce. And all you got to do is take the skillet and just act all cool, right? And pour it onto the plate. Just kind of slide it. You can slide it onto your serving plate. And your date's like, oh, wow, I think I'm in love, right? And you've scored a home run. Your date is so impressed with you. And you take that to the table. And your date's smiling, and you pour the nice wine, and you guys talk. And the first thing your date's going to want to know is, how did you learn how to make this masala? Say whatever you like. Say, oh, I've been making this for a long time. And you go ahead and say whatever you like. But it's really, really easy to make. And it's a great one for dinner with the kids at home, with the spouse. Or if you want to impress your date, and it's just you and a new person in your life. It's a really easy dish to make. I would suggest putting a little parsley on the top just to make it look real pretty, just a sprinkle parsley on the top. And you can serve that with polenta, vegetable salad, or some pasta, any kind of pasta you really want to pick. Sometimes like a linguine or something just on the side. And you can have fun with the pasta if you do it on the side. With your marsala, you want to put that onto the main serving plate. You get the plate, you put a little bit of that marsala veal, and you add some pasta, and then you serve it to your kids. There's the plate. They can swirl the noodles in the marsala, but you can also put the noodles in some drawn butter. Melt some butter, toss it up with a little bit of Parmesan. Freshly grated Parmesan, that's all it takes. Maybe a little bit of pepper, fresh cracked pepper. Okay, now that's a really nice dinner, and I know your date's going to be impressed, and you're going to say, thanks, Heidi. But right now, you're like, what is she talking about? She just confused me. No, I didn't. And go watch some tutorials. YouTube, I can't make comments on YouTube. YouTube is a practical joke. But if you can find any sort of video tutorial on marsala, chicken or veal marsala, you'll see what I mean. It's pretty easy to make. It's one of the easy Italian dishes that's really fun to make, and it got me going on a tangent. I know, because I love to talk about Italian food, but I can't cook that here. What's been good here is that it stopped me from making my Italian, stopped me from making all my French. Stop, Heidi. No more risotto. I couldn't do it here. And I got really, really good at what I already learned when I was like 20 and 19 years old. French fries, hamburgers, chicken sandwiches, chicken fingers. I got even better at it. And it seems strange when someone's really skilled, right? To say they got better at chicken fingers. But It actually helped me when I start making risotto again. I start making my masala again. It's actually going to up my ante. I'm going to be a better cook after this joint. And all these weird little Spanish chicken dinners that I've learned how to make, I made them on my own, just inventing little Spanish flavors. That core basic intermediate cooking, when I leave here, will help me with my risottos. So I'll share this journey with everybody later. I'm going to go ahead and check out here from the grocery aisle. We're going to check out and leave with our grocery bags. Adios.